Today we're going to use Microsoft Word 2010 to write and format a MLA style report. Although Microsoft Word has some built-in report writing features, they're not always technically aligned to MLA style format. So here's an example of a finished MLA style report, starting off with the outline, scrolling down into the body of the report, and then finally the works cited section. As we start, we're going to start out with an actual blank Microsoft Word document. Although, since some of the settings within Microsoft Word will automatically start changing some of your settings for you, those are called autocorrects, we're going to make sure those are turned off. And to do that, you can go down to Options, and from Options, you're clicking on Proofing over on the left side, and then click on Autocorrect Options. Now, there's a lot of different options within here. I have found that auto format and auto format as you type tend to be the two tabs that will affect this. And I find it easiest just to uncheck everything within here, and then you can slowly add and recheck things as you need them. But they really kind of mess you up as you're working through this MLA style report. Click OK on that and click OK on this. I like to have my ruler turned on, and to do that there's a little shortcut up here in the top right hand corner on top of the scroll bar. You can also go to View Ruler and check mark that. And finally, I like to turn on my show hides. It really helps me kind of figure out that I am pressing enter the correct amount of times and really see a visual of my spacing. I want to then go up to my margins under Page Layout, Margins, and check to make sure that I'm using a 1-inch margin on all four top, bottom, left, and right of my margins. This computer happens to be set that way as a default, but you definitely want to make sure that that is set correctly. Next, I want to work on my header. Now, a header is something that you type at the top of your page, and it will just automatically go onto all pages of your report. To do that, we're going to go to the Insert tab, click on the header and footer group, and I'm going to go ahead and click on header, and it will open up a series of options, and I'm going to do the blank option, the very first option. That will give me a kind of type text area. I'm going to push that over to the right side because it shouldn't be on the left for this style of format. MLA has it on the right side. And then I'm going to go ahead and type in my last name. Space one time, and then I want to go ahead and insert a page number. Now I don't want to just type in a number 1, because if I type in a number 1, it's going to say Schmo1 for all of the pages of my report. I instead want to go to the Insert tab, take a look at the header and footer group. I've got page number right here, and I can do current position because right now my cursor is exactly where I want it to be, and I want it to be a plain number. Now I'm going to highlight my name and my page number, and I'm going to increase the font size to size 12. Now, as far as the type of font, I'm using Calibri on this, and I want to go ahead and make sure I leave Calibri for all of my different fonts. So once you choose a font and a school appropriate font, I would choose that font for everything from the header all the way through to your works cited. Next, I'm going to double click in the main area of my report to get out of the header. Alright, next I'm going to go ahead and change my line spacing to 2.0. Now this is a two-step process. First I'm going to choose 2.0 or double spacing for my line spacing, but if you notice, this particular computer also has something called paragraph spacing included. And I can just simply click right here where it says remove space after paragraph, and it will fix that. And what that's doing behind the scenes is if I go to page layout, you'll see over here underneath spacing, it now says 0. That used to say 12. And what that would do is every time I press enter, it would add an extra 12 points of space, which I don't want that to happen. So again, to do that, under line spacing, not only do I choose double space, but I also remove if it says that I need to remove under either of these choices at the bottom. Next, I want to put in the header that I'm going to use for my MLA style report. That starts off with the writer's name, which would be your full name. Press enter one time. You're going to have the teacher's name. Then you're going to have the subject or the class, along with the class period with a comma. So this is computers class, and period 4, or whatever period you happen to be in. Then the third or the fourth line of your heading is going to be the due date of the paper. You don't want to put down today's date, but we're going to go ahead and put down the due date. And we'll assume that the due date is going to be on Friday. So today is the 13th. So that would make the due date May 16th. 14th. All right, next we're going to do is the report title. Now, unlike you may be used to, you only want to press enter one time on the title and simply center it. You don't bold it, you don't underline it, you don't make it larger. It's just size 12 throughout the entire report. Now, as I say that, that reminds me that I'm on size 11 right now. So I'm going to go ahead and real quick Control A to highlight everything. Change my font size up to 12. And size 11, the default on 2011 or on Word 2010 tends to be a little bit too small for an MLA style report. So I'm going to go ahead and put it at 12. And if you missed how I did that, that's up here at the top. And the title here is going to be Planning and Preparing Reports. All right, after the title, I'm going to press enter one time and move myself back to left alignment using my alignment buttons at the top. Now, here's where we're going to get set to use to type in our outline. Now, again, Microsoft Word 2010 has a built-in outline tool. You can use some of these tools up here, but they aren't technically correct as far as MLA style reports go. So here's how you do it correctly. We're going to go ahead and set several tabs, several custom tabs up on the ruler. Using my tab selection button over here on the left side, I'm going to click through until I see the symbol for a decimal tab. Looks like an upside down T with a dot. And I'm going to click on a 1/2 inch on my ruler, and that will set a tab right at a 1/2 inch. Then for my remaining tabs, I'm going to click through my tab selector button once again until I get a left tab. This looks like an L. And I'm going to set those every 1/4 inch. So I'm going to set a 0.75, a 1 inch, a 1.25, and that should be all I need for this particular outline. If you have deeper levels of your outline, you'll need to set more tabs, again, every 1/4 inch. Now, I need to make sure I press tab at the correct moments. I always want to start with the tab, so down here at the bottom I press tab. I have my show hides turned on so I can actually see that I press tab. And I'm going to type a Roman numeral 1, which is simply a capital letter I and a period. Then, and this is important, I'm going to press tab after that and not space. And then I'm going to go ahead and type in my outline and press enter. Now let's say for this second level I'm going to go ahead and tab 2 times because instead of a Roman numeral I now have the capital letter A showing me a subtopic of introduction. So I'm going to do a capital A, a period, and again after that capital A and a period I'm going to press tab instead of space. What this does is it creates a nice vertical alignment between the different levels of your outline. So I'm going to go ahead and type in this subtopic. Press enter, press tab again twice, press type a capital B period, press tab again, and type in my second subtopic. All right, now continue in this format as I go. So if I'm ready to go on to my second Roman numeral, I'll press tab once, capital I for Roman numeral 2, type a period, press tab, and type in my next topic. And you'll continue through this throughout the entire report. And here we are at the end of the outline, and we are ready now to start the next section of our MLA style report, which is the body. Go ahead and click on the next video to see how to do a correctly formatted MLA style report.